All right, guys, welcome to this next video, which is going to be all about order of operations. So Desmos is a scientific calculator, which means it does order of operations automatically, right? First, it will do parentheses and exponents, then it will do multiplication and division, and then it will do addition and subtraction last. So I'm going to clear all again because I'm working on something new. I'm going to start with this first one to show you how Desmos can do order of operations all by itself. So when I type in something like this first bullet, I know that the multiplication has to be done before the addition, right? Because of order of operations, that's the order that we always do things in. So I'll type in 7 plus 4 times 3. And I can kind of see, first it did 4 times 3, it got 12, and then it did the addition. It added 7 to 12 and got 19. But sometimes that's not what I mean. Like I can see in the second example, I've added parentheses around the 7 plus 4 to tell Desmos to do that part first. First do 7 plus 4, and then do times 3. Right? And I can see I get a completely different answer by writing something that happens in a different order, right? First does 7 plus 4 and gets 11, and then 11 times 3 gives me 33. So I want to be very careful that when I'm typing in problems I have in class, that I'm typing them in the exact way they appear on the page, because these slight differences can mean slight different things. This next one that I have is just a giant fraction. I have a fraction divided by something, divided by something. And I'm going to use lots of parentheses to make sure Desmos understands the order that I want to put these things in. So first I'll start with 600 divided by 5. And close that out. Then I want this whole thing divided by 12, and I'll put parentheses around this because then I want this entire massive thing divided by 2. And I get 5, which seems legit. Right, I've made sure that I copied in the fraction exactly the same way that it's written on the page to make sure I'm typing in the right thing. So I get 5. But I want to show you that this next one, I have the same numbers in the same order, 600, 5, 12, 2, right? The same kind of fraction stack, but I rearranged my parentheses. I have some fraction divided by some other fraction. So I like to kind of start by writing this, right? I press divided by to get the fraction line, and I have something on top, something on bottom. Up top, I have 600 over 5. On bottom, I have 12 over 2. And I can see I get a completely different answer than before. Right, because the order of operations mattered, and when I gave it parentheses, I kind of told it what order to do everything in. This last one that we'll look at is just a bunch of stuff thrown together, right? But I know that first it's going to do the parentheses, and inside the parentheses it's going to do the exponent first. Then it will do this multiplication part, and then at the end it will do this addition part. So it's kind of going right to left, right? But when I type this in, 4 plus 2 times 10 minus 2, and I'll press this button here to get my exponent, 2 to the third power. And I get 8, which if I go through this really quick, 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 plus 4 was 8. Right, so it's kind of going from right to left, but Desmos is a scientific calculator, so it automatically does the correct order of operations.